Alright, can you talk once more?
Yeah. So we recently got Dropout TV.
Darn it. I have you
Canceled
down there
Apple
as well.
TV. Got Dropout. Because
Talk once more again, please.
yep. Severance. We were watching Severance. Severance ended, so
Okay, how
we're
come
trying to
I
talk
can hear you?
uh,
Go shine. Do something.
Severance was pretty good. We enjoyed the
Accidentally
first
muting.
season. We enjoyed the second season, but I think at the end of the day, um, I don't like
Alright.
giving money
Hold on
to
a moment.
people.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully I can. Hopefully I can hear you this time.
Yeah.
All right. It was on my end. Let me check in here. All right. All right. Can you talk once more?
Yeah.
So
So yeah,
sorry, my game capture was like too loud, so I had to make sure I had to work with it and you in the background.
okay,
So, all right.
no problem.
Oh, hold on a moment. Hello, this is Dry Oasis. I am your host, and these two in my background are Kirby and Snorlax as always. Say hello, Kirby and Snorlax. Hiyo. And joining us today is FuzzyCow. Say hello, FuzzyCow.
Hello, Fuzzy Cow.
All right. Let's see here. Share my screen. Anyways, let's see here. Now to go to the gameplay finally. So, how has your week been going along, Fuzzy Cow? Nice. All right, and as for me, I currently went to my dentist to take care of a cavity thing, and so I've been kind of like on a little recovery thing at least because now currently my tongue I had like parts of my front teeth indented into the left side of my mouth, so it's yeah, but it was annoying, but it's gradually recovering here and there. So I have a lot more what I would say diction now that I did a little while ago. Anyways, so the so today shouldn't be all that bad as it's there. So anyways, yeah, I guess we'll start off from where we are, or at least let's do a little recap from where we are here. So we went back to Maya's. Well, actually, we did go back to Maya's hometown of Karain and met with, talked with her about her cousin and what she was doing during the moment of the murder. She was playing with her ball in the Winding Way and accidentally broke the. Huh? What was that again? Oh, it's not. It's not an evil spirit. It's the spirit of Amy Faye, their ancestor, who was the one who began the medium channeling stuff, which their tradition is based on. Pearl Fay. There we are. Yep. Yep, and let's see here. We also learned about the fact that Eeny Meeny was also with her sister when her sister, yep, the car accident. We knew a little bit more about that. And let's see here. Morgan Fay knows something about the current murder, but and is so currently with the police, but we also suspect that Morgan Fay also was in cahoots with Eeny Meeny behind the whole incident, since she was the one, since she knows about the layout of the Fay Mansion, and all of this setup would have been impossible without her. And it's likely due to Pearl's, let's see here. Darn it. Uncle, huh? No, the whole well, it's because of the hatred from Morgan Fay to Misty Fay, her sister. So, darn it. Right. Right. Aunts. There we are. I was thinking about aunts. Basically, this stems from Morgan's hatred of her sister, Pearl Fay's aunt, and Maya and Mia's mother. In a sense, yeah. So, yeah. We're going to go to Reunion and Turnabout Part 1, 4.1 trial, and see what happens here. Yep. Nick? Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18, just like me? Yeah. Why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time, all by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. Under pressure, going down on her. Going down on you, no one that's for. And then you look at me and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. Little girl, I'm now thinking about that song. Darn you, Annie. Oh yeah, they did announce the some upcoming shows for the theater that I perform at. And some of them would be Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Annie, and Wizard of Oz. Or the big three that I remember anyways. Yeah. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. Again. Wouldn't this be happy that if it happened a third time? But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all that you've gone through. I mean, with your sister murdered, and you also taking blame for that, but you know what I mean. Hey, morning, Pearly! Huh? What do you mean? Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls. Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today, too? Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Pearly! Not this again! Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? Phew, thank goodness. Nick? This way Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What? What do you mean? What's going on? Yeah, that would have been really bad if Pearls was in the audience for that particular moment. Right. And it's probably a good thing that Pearls is channeling Mia's spirit right now, so she won't be able to see what's going to happen anyways. Which would be a bitter pill to swallow for her, because you've... The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing foolish clothing. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country.
Oops.
That's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Miss Faye.
It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. Yup.
Now then, very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. That the defendant couldn't have left the channeling chamber, correct? Could have left the chamber. Yes, and this key is the proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. Alright, let's hear it. The prosecution has determined that from the start of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the chamber at one point.
What? Rebel, 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 rebel.
But Miss Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that wasn't the defendant. Then what is the meaning of this? All I'm saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that that is when she dropped this key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fey, to the stand. Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan.
Poor Mia. She seems really torn by this.
My name's Morgan Fay, and I'm a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean, in a manner of speaking? Ah, I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that's correct. I performed spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya. Spirit severing technique? A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is. Yes, that is. You, be quiet. Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct.
What in the world could have...
Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room. What? And here we come to the heart of the matter. Mystic Maya Fey, while in possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Order, order, order. Miss Fey, please testify to this court what happened during that time. Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial.
Auntie. I don't get it.
After we heard gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. The pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrust me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that.
What in the... Why have you hidden this until now? Darn it. You were saying that nothing happened anyways.
I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She is simply correcting falsity, Mr. Phoenix.
Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony.
Cross-examination, Maya's escape. We're just gonna have to press each... Yeah, pretty much get a lot of information. Hold it! Just now you said those two. Who were those two people you were referring to?
I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir.
Let us not a foreigner, despite how she talks. I mean, she comes from a foreign state, but still.
Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I simply could not understand her atrocious English. Not to mention, she looked awful.
Oh boy. I can already see people in the Heartlands gearing up for a riot. Poor Lotta.
In any case, I've already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright.
Oh, thanks.
What did you do after that, Miss Fay?
Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind.
Yes, that's a very good point. At the time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another... Another what, Meadow? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself.
I want to hear the end of that sentence. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? Like Parliament. You must testify.
Simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and the camera woman may be in danger. That's what I thought to myself.
Rebel, rebel, rebel.
Well, what a very noble of you, Miss Faye.
This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us.
Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Faye, please continue.
Satisfied. Satisfied. Darn you, the world ends with you. Hold it! During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head multiple times, may I add. And this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement?
I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie.
But why would you lie about something like that?
Very painful me to say this, however. Objection. The witness was lying to cover for the defendant.
She was covering for Maya? So, you were covering for the defendant?
Well, yes. I was only later that I was informed on what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she... Oh, this witness didn't stand, or didn't, and couldn't have seen what happened. Do you want to know what this unexpected thing was? There's always later. Yes, very well.
Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? I mean, butterflies, sure, but a rock?
Now, witness, continue with what happened.
If you smell what Phoenix is cooking. Was it really that easy for her to escape from you?
I'm ashamed to admit to such a thing, however, yes.
But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There's no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Phoenix, are you really that naive?
Objection. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time the defendant was not physically Maya Fey.
Ah!
Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know this firsthand.
I mean, there's a thing called puberty, but okay.
Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she recalled.
But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away?
Well, yes, I would have. However...
With great strength comes great responsibility. You fainted?
I became dizzy and then collapsed onto the floor. How long were you unconscious? I'm not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps? And the defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time. happy, witness? Elaborate on that point for us.
Hold it! Is that because you were unconscious?
Why, yes.
Great. Well, now what? So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went?
I would think it's obvious, good sir.
If that's true, then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all?
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself. It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness.
And that witness, and their witness, and we're witness. What do you mean by that?
It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what.
That's what.
It looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move to her next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber.
I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt.
Now let's take the next logical step and ask. Where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Yes. That's exactly what we should... Be quiet, you. Now then, what the escape has done was she had gone to speak with a certain person.
Escapee, but okay. She went to speak with someone. I wonder who that was.
Who was that? The prosecution calls Miss Innie Meanie, who was sleeping in the side room at the time.
Eeny meeny. I wonder where my Miney went.
I think you can see where this is headed. Witness, name and occupation.
Okay, so my name is like Eeny Minnie. I'm like researching like parapsychology stuff at the university.
What is this parapsychology?
Let's see. It's like, I guess most people call it occult stuff.
Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. And I suggest you go home and research it yourself.
Either by the book or the internet.
Yes, sir. Now then, Miss Miney. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Miss Maya Fey. Is this correct?
Like, I get...
If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That's all. That is alright, isn't it, Your Honor?
That's alright.
Yes, sir.
For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine, for my sake. Witness testimony, like, after the murder and all that. Like, when the channeling started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister! Sister, I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy in a sad way. My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible.
Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying this person that injured was your sister? Didn't you mean the defendant Maya Fey? Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at the time. Are you saying the spirit was the spirit of the witness's sister? Yes. Meeny Miny. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Oh, well, this is... witness.
Like, yeah?
In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it.
Like, do I totally, like, really have to? I mean, it was like the opening song of that Legally Blonde movie, and Legally Blonde musical, and everybody hates it these days for whatever reason.
Of course. Miss Mighty, please.
My sister, like, this is what she said to me. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it, Eenie?
She took her revenge. Are you sure that's what she said?
Yes.
There. Are you satisfied, Your Honor? I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge. It's a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Certainly seemed like the loose ends are accounted for.
This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it just one huge lie?
Of course it was, Mr. Phoenix.
Mia, what do you mean?
It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies.
Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder.
Yet again, the fool spouts more foolishly foolish gabble. I wonder if it'll make this one more entertaining than the last.
Alright, first off, we gotta press on a statement.
Are you asking me to find the statement?
Oh, yes, that's what I meant. Do you know what...
Yeah, this one I don't think needs elaboration because all of that was true, something that we witnessed firsthand.
Alright?
This one feels strange. It's the beginning of the statement. I think you could press here and get some timing, like what kind of part of the day it was that she woke up.
Alright.
I don't really know what happened to Eenie after the channeling.
Alright.
Sorry.
Do you know the time? Like maybe a little before 11 a.m.? Something like that, I think? 11 a.m.? Yeah, like, my stomach is totally ready for, like, food. Ah, no, I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now. I meant what time was it when someone came into your room. Oh, so, like, that's what you meant. Like, you should have been more, like, clear about it. Sorry, my bad. No, it's okay. Like, it's really... Huh? That's it? Why do you stop mid-sentence? Did I... So, like, what was I talking about again? Never mind.
Witness. About this person who entered the side room.
Nothing wrong there.
So... If this is an elaboration, having her describe her emotions that she never had might be challenging. Could we press this one?
Sure. You were happy in a sad way. Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister. But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead one? But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead one, loved one alive again? You know what I mean. But, like, maybe if I was, like, someone who didn't know about, like, the occult. But I, like, know all about the crying channeling technique.
The point here is that the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister.
Yeah, like, what she said. Should I drop this line of questioning? Yeah, let's see, what else? So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter? No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me, like, think anything was strange. But... Ow!
Don't badger her. Don't keep badgering her.
You know the phrase objection? Could you try using that once in a while?
Mr. Wright. Question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister. Is it really that important?
Oh, it is important. It is very important, although I haven't quite figured out what that is yet. But I've got to bluff it for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about.
Alright, Mr. Phoenix. Miss Meany, please amend your testimony.
Like, okay, I'm, like, totally cool with that. I wasn't, like, scared at all, and, like, her costume looked, like, totally normal.
Got blood on it.
Right? That one was easier. That was a very well-spun line, Miss Meany.
What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix, Wright?
It's well constructed, but that's all it is. I feel like I've heard this somewhere before.
Stealing my lines now, are we, Mr. Phoenix?
Miss Meany, may I remind you of what you said? You said there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, and... But I don't think so. But I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. And what the hell's on Joey's head? I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this.
The blood spread.
Miss Meany, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noticed it right off of the bat.
Order. Miss Meany, what is the meaning of this? Miss Meany?
I'm thinking! Don't interrupt me!
And, you stammering about, Your Honor? Well, that witness, her personality did a complete 180 there.
Lots of people do that when they get on the stands, though.
First of all, calm yourself, witness.
Like, I'm sorry. I, like, didn't mean to snap.
Now hurry up with the testimony. If you please.
Like, the judge still looks a little shaken up, not stirred. A lot of help he is going to be. Witness testimony after the murder parts 2. Yay! Like, the side room was, like, kind of dark, you know. So, like, the costume is, like, purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. And I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that. And then, like, I took my sister to the channeling chamber.
Yes. Now I see. And you have given us clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood.
You think? Like, thanks, Gramps.
Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright?
I'm staring at you. You're staring at me. We don't know what we're doing, and that's all we gotta see.
Alright, I guess not. Very well. You may question the witness.
They call me the Seeker. And they hide. Okay, so this is another press, so what do you think we should ask more details about?
So, this side room is the one that she's taking a nap in, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think we need to press this one. This is an odd statement. We might be able to press this one.
Sure, let's do it.
Can you check this? Okay.
You didn't see the blood? Like, yeah. But she must have had the gun with her at the time as well. That's, Are you going to tell me next that you didn't notice the gun either? I, like, totally didn't. All I was looking at was, like, her face.
Continue.
I mean, there's nothing we can go on here anyways.
Yeah.
Pretty sure this is the last part of the testimony anyways.
Yeah, and then
Hold on a moment. What was that again?
for the last part of the testimony, shouldn't she go to this when she goes to the channeling chamber? Shouldn't you see the aunt Morgan like knocked out?
Let's see about this. Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better.
I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner, the better.
She says with her whip at the ready. And it's like Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know. It's no good. I can't find anything wrong.
Phoenix, the judge believes this testimony. If you don't find some sort of hitch in your statement.
You'll end the trial. Oh wait, it was the wrong statement. Darn it.
We'll have to give it another shot. Doesn't matter how many times we listen, we can't give up.
Darn it. It was the wrong one. Sorry. And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Meanie, at the time? Oh, she was like totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think like she knew. She like said she did something really bad. And like she said she wanted to go with me to like apologize to Miss Morgan. Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you? Like, yeah. Let me ask you one more thing, Miss Meanie. Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? Like, when do you mean? When? When you... Alright.
So there's two... Well, there's one thing for each of these, but I'm going to say the one that I think is correct. I think it's when you're going to the crime scene, because there should be, like, pottery all over the floor.
Not only pottery, but a person.
Yes.
I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course. Like, no, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. Now what? Think harder. I know you can remember something. I, like, totally can't. No, think harder. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court.
Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not something out in the way to the channeling chamber is all that important?
Oh, it's very important. I ask because it is very important. Not that I know where I'm going with it. Phoenix, really?
Very well. Mr. Miney, you would please include in your statement about this in your testimony.
I don't know who this Mr. Miney is, but if you mean me, okay. Like, I don't get why, but okay. I, like, didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber.
Yeah, pearls should be gluing the pot together.
You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. However, that is impossible. Like, what do you mean? Impossible for a girl not to see anyone on the winding way. I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay, who is not right beside me at the moment, but wears nearly identical clothes like her.
Interesting. You have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So, what about this child?
It just so happens at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden.
The garden?
Yep. Which means anyone walking through the area would have to have seen her. So, Miss Miney, what do you have to say to that? Nah.
Objection. As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was leading her sister at the time. You honestly think she would have noticed a simple child playing? Preposterous.
Objection. It's not preposterous, and I can prove it.
What sort of foolish?
There is no way someone walking along the winding way could have not have noticed Pearl.
Sure.
This urn is my proof.
An old cracked clay pot? What is that going to prove?
I'm sorry, Pearl, but I have to do this. Do you know why it's cracked? It's because Pearl broke it. That's why. I know her mother's out there in the audience, but Pearl does not have to know that she knows.
She broke the urn? Yeah. Why? Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day?
This urn was broken around the time the channeling started. Ah! And Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of the winding way. What? Miss Meanie. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. Not blonde. Grr. I think I've sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Meanie. You are a masterful liar. Yag!
Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say.
The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Meanie, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course.
The witness just testified about that.
That's right. I was like sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? Okay, so can we really believe her about that?
Good question. So one of the things that's kind of... What do I know about the site? I know that there was a bullet hole found in the chest, side bottom of the bed. And that bullet was theoretically fired by the doctor from the channeling chamber.
Right. Let's see here. Did you happen to notice anything strange or unusual about what she said recently?
That she was sleeping in the side chamber, that she was woken up by her sister, that kind of thing?
Oh, not by... Let's see here. Well, let's say that we do not believe her right now. Your lies end here. What do you... The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible, because there is clearly a contradiction here.
A contradiction? Where's the contradiction? Apparently it's in the evidence.
Well, let's see if that's true. The answer is in the court record.
What? Planning to throw another irrelevant piece of evidence. Very well. The court will see this evidence. Wait.
Mia!
I don't know what you plan on showing to the court. But I can guarantee you the answer is not there. Just this once, I'll lend you a hand. Now rethink your answer.
Alright.
Mr. Wright, what is your answer?
Alright, okay, time to add another bluff to the pile. Witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible, because there's no evidence.
So I guess it's in the testimony?
Yep, there is one thing she knows that she shouldn't have known is possible. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Miney, you made the following statements. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know. It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. So, like, what does that, have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Miney, how did you know that fact? How? I can see that Miss Fey was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by the way of the winding way. Grah!
But look at the manor guide map. If one were to go to the side chamber and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way.
Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Rag! Miss Meady, please answer the question.
Objection. Don't ask a question of a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose you've put it on the table, Mr. Wright. You might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix.
Yeah.
The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eenie Meenie. So now is the time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness at the time of the murder?
Miss Meany was here, of course.
What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene?
That's right. Miss Meany was at the scene of the crime.
Order, order, order. Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. Yes, that's correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Resemble. Miss Eenie Meenie was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding. Where? Like, where was I hiding?
Behind the screen, right?
Alright. Here, of course.
Behind the folding screen? Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hiding behind that folding screen.
See, you stupid jerk. Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slime ball.
Now, Miss Miney, one so young as you shouldn't be saying.
Shut it, Gramps. As if you know exactly how old I am.
I'm sorry.
Look at me and my pizza hat. I'm going to stretch it really fast and hard. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this. Well, we already did say something about this to the extent, so it's not exactly cheating. Miss Meany, how you were able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. Ah, that tiny little box? No person could fit in that. Sorry, but your theory just has already been disproved. Let it disproved to you when she was hiding from me in it.
But that closing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all.
That's right. I was sleeping there, so I should know. That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time.
Mr. Wright, do you think you can prove where the closing box was at the time of the crime?
And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Take a look at this. Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid. As if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing.
What on earth? I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. There's a hole, about 8 inches off the ground.
A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before?
The folding scale at a hole of the same height.
That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Yeah. Miss Meanie, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. Yuck!
Order. So what are you saying? In Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eenie Meenie?
That is exactly what I am saying. Miss Eenie Meenie, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wrote a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey.
To masquerade as Maya Fey?
She had a plan from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No! Stop!
Can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do all that by herself. Correct. It's not possible.
It really isn't possible. For one person to do all the preparations, that is. How?
Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy.
Wait! Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct?
What? You can't be serious.
Huff. Miss Meanie, you had an accomplice! Oh, whoops, sorry. I was trying to go to profiles.
More than fair.
This person. If it wasn't someone from Korean Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fey household, you wouldn't have that box to use.
More than fair. Isn't that the wonderful lady witness from earlier?
What do you have to say to that, Miss Meanie? Grr. You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it? I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then, the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other 2, both whom had their eyes closed. Yes, even with wooden paneling, they did not go quick, 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 quick. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping pill agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with the knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime.
But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected?
Yes. Bane. Dr. Gray was not actually yet dead. He was not yet dead. He didn't get it. He was not dead yet. No. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. That is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. And the box. And Maya's clothing. Oh my gosh, I just realized she could have been really hurt by a stroke, but she was not injured by a stroke of luck. The murderer then took the gun from Gray and Bane.
After that, you and the other lady got to break into the room.
Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Meany, she immediately covered her own costume with the blood. Pretended to be Maya Fey.
But what sort of deception would have any ease to see through?
Yep, that sort of deception would have been easy to see through. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fey chased us out. Blah, blah, blah.
What is one supposed to say?
This is the real truth behind this murder. Ha! Ha 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 ha!
Who is that, laughing at a time like this?
Oh, it was her. Never mind, sorry.
Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry you are still, by chance, evolving.
What is it? What is it this time?
Miss Von Karma, surely. Oh, of course it was me.
And don't call me Shirley.
Do you really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty?
What in the world?
Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your argument is flawed in one crucial area.
And that is?
This witness was the real murderer. Why would she go through all this trouble?
Huh?
Working together, the medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason would she have to do such a foolish thing?
Eh? Well, that's... Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Oh, one other thing. Why would Miss Eenie Meenie want to kill Dr. Gray? Where is her motive?
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say, too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. Motive? Can't say she has no motive here. You have to think of a motive now. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead is this.
Is there like a newspaper that says that she was in the car accident?
Ha! Just as I thought. You bore me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright. Just great. Now even she is calling me she is calling me by my full name. You think I did it to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes. Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing?
do you mean by that?
See now, stupid Gramps. I'm, like, gonna explain, so, like, please listen, okay? It's been over a half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I, like, wanted revenge, then, like, I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, like, the guy that thought of the spirit thing was, like, Dr. Gray. It was, like, a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know. She's back to her airhead persona. Persona! However, you see, ouch!
Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You fail to support your own theory.
Take the curtsy.
The end. I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Miney has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated. She has no motive for it in the first place.
There was a revenge plan, plan of revenge.
Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have a truly decisive piece of evidence to demonstrate your point. Tis so many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place.
Ah! What happened? I thought I had her for sure. Hee hee. See, like, it's just like, as I, like, told you. Huh? I hope you liked your slice of humble pie. Oh, dang.
Very well. And now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Eenie.
No. Well, I guess it's game over. Oh, who was it this time?
Your Honor, please allow the defense one more minute. All right. You can't lose here. Faith in yourself, Phoenix.
Mia.
Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder. But you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime.
Really?
Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason.
No, duh.
There is a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. It is also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. You want to say that you could prove Miss Meany had a motive, then? And why did she kill the victim in this way? You prove the reason.
Can I? Can I really do this? Yes, I can. I am not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what.
That's right, Phoenix. Only you could do this now.
Why can't you help me? I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Meany had a motive. Ha ha ha! Too bad. You're too late. Like, so sad. Sad. My cross-examination has already ended after all. Eek!
Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? You're supposed to be on my side. Ah!
Von Karma only cares about the perfect one. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I don't care if you're my witness, so help me, I will throw you out of my way.
No way!
Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene.
Hey, wait a sec here.
Got a whole 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's more than 1 minute.
Yep. Alright, and... yeah, let's see here. Since it's a break time, let's take a break until 2:28.
Sounds good.
Alright. To do some stuff. To change that. There you are. And here I am. Hold on a moment. Alright. Alright, I am back. Alright. No problem. I was a little bit late myself as well. Right, let's get the next part of this trial and the final part of this trial on. Right. June 22nd, 12:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There is no way Innie could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other... Huh? Did you say something? Oh, right.
Scene? Thank you.
Alright, thank you. I forgot about that. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your Aunt Morgan. That's terrible. Why? Why would my aunt...
Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix, Wright.
Ah! Look, Miss Von Karma! Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad.
Don't you have something better to worry about? Say, your own situation?
Ugh, looking down on me even though we're the same age. Apparently not the same height. Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and... Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering.
Not yet. My goal is to defeat you, and let the whole world know of your defeat.
But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back.
Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is.
And I'll point at you back.
June 22nd, 8:10 p.m., District Courtroom number 2.
It's 12:10, but okay. Rebel, 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 rebel.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
can you prove Miss Eenie Meenie had a motive?
Yes, I believe I can. Eenie Meenie and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection. That is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Meenie, please testify this court about your car accident last year. Huh? I thought, you wanted to, ask about my, motive. I, don't see the point in, bringing up the past.
Miss Meenie, if you please.
Okay, okay. I totally don't think I'd do any good, but... Last year's accident. That was, last year in May. Something really bad happened at, my sister's clinic around then. And, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. I was, totally pooped too, so I, fell asleep in the passenger side. I didn't want no scrubs. I don't want a scrub that's a loser like me. I like woke up cause like of a jolt and like it was a sea of flames around me. I like opened the door and like got away. Good thing it wasn't a ring of fire.
I think I've heard of this incident.
It was all the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year.
Yes. And there was talk of Dr. Gray drugging your sister. Yeah. Those were merely rumors. Totally baseless gossip.
Dr. Dre would never do something like that. Oh wait, I meant we mean Dr. Gray, okay.
Yes. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Meany's sister.
Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Alright, we need more information about this incident itself, so where do we start from? We already know.
We have the date, because there's a newspaper with the date, right?
Yep.
So,
We know this, and we know this one.
it's fine.
We know this one is fine as well.
Yep.
We know this one as well. Wait.
So, this one's interesting.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Excuse me.
No problem. The accident happened at night, correct? Yeah, like, it was at, like, 1 a.m. or so, I think. I had, like, a paper due, like, really soon. So, like, I hadn't slept and was working, like, real hard.
So, it was because the two of you were so tired that this accident happened.
Actually... There's something that... Let's see here.
The accident was so totally tired and she was... Okay, we could check this one.
Yeah. There was something I forgot here. She was totally tired? You mean exhausted? Like, she had to talk to the police and, like, was being investigated, like, every day. It was, like, a terrible situation. It's no wonder, then, that the car accident happened, huh? You know, so then, why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. I mean, I guess that is a logical thing to ask. If my father is tired from driving me from Newport Beach back to here, then obviously my mother would take over for him. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
True.
Yeah, but, like, I don't, like, have a driver's license.
That's news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Meany. Miss Meany, please amend your testimony.
Like, okay, anyway.
So,
Okay.
don't we have her driver's license?
Interesting. Oh, God. I forgot how we obtained it, though. Away from the gremlin. Miss Meany, that was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license.
What's the meaning of this, Miss Meany?
That's right. Yeah, I had, like, a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. Nope. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending him to be anyway, said so. What, are you talking about that perverted fake clinic director? Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. And how did you know he was perverted now?
No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license?
Like last November. What? November?
The accident happened last May. That's a half-year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix. Right.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, she was hospitalized for a good amount of time. What in the...
That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Meany did not have a driver's license.
Irk. Wow.
I and my whip will accommodate. Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers.
I'm, like, glad you get it, but, like, even if I had my license, I, like, don't think my sis would have, like, let me drive. Yow!
Don't just stand there humming yourself.
Not you too, Mia, with the whip and the pain and the ow. I know there's a joke to be made here somewhere, but I don't remember it.
Miss Meany, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway?
That's because...
I think the situation calls for a more detailed testimony, Miss Meany, if you'd please.
Like, how annoying. Oops, like, sorry. Didn't mean to be mean. Mama, I wouldn't be allowed. And I had to go by the passenger's side. Like, around that time, I was, like, really close to getting my license. My sis was, like, this total big fan of cars and, like, really valued them. She, like, had just gotten this really shiny, bright red sports car. She, like, would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. So, like, that's why I ended up in the passenger's side that night, too. Because she didn't want no scrub driving it.
I see. A bright red sports car for sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness.
I'm not totally knowledgeable about cars, but same here, man. Same here. I wouldn't be allowed. Okay, so we have to press for more information here.
What kind of car?
Was it a Honda? A Toyota? It was a new car. Yeah, she had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK.
The UK. Were those her boyfriend's initials?
It was a really special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive. Guess her love of cars would be the obvious next topic. I really don't know anything about cars. You and me both. But I had a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor. Your Honor? Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay, sorry. My mic fell.
Oh.
Yes?
Please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony.
You mean the part where about it being a very special import car?
Yes.
Huh. Well, if you like cars that much, then...
Just marry them. That's not my point. Though, to be honest, I don't know what the point is either.
Miss Minnie, would you please fix your testimony?
Sure, whatever. Okay, so we have to go over this. I yelled, hold it, pretty forcefully, but I don't actually know what to ask about cars. That's for that. Of it. So yes, what am I supposed to pick for a topic? Let's start with this. Why are British cars so good? Like, huh? They're expensive, and their driver's seat is the opposite of our cars here in the States. It would seem there is no benefit to owning one. Like, huh? This whole steering wheel on the right side of thing, it's kind of goofy, isn't it? You, what do you know? That's well, it is a copy of the AC. Forgive me. Your personality really changes at the drop of a hat.
It's interesting, isn't it, Phoenix? Bit by bit, we're beginning to see the real contradiction behind this case.
Okay, so there was a good reason that I did more information there, but I'm not sure if you realize. I'm not sure how much of a fan you are of cars, so I had to make sure you knew that as well.
That the driver's side on the right side, that the driver is on the left side, I guess, and it's on the opposite side of the U.S. cars.
Yeah, well, it's on the opposite side of the steering wheel is on the right side, but there is something very interesting that's very suspicious about that.
That she knows? So, she said that she got out of the car, right? Did she mention what direction she said when she got out of the car?
Hold on a moment.
So the right door.
Yep, but isn't that interesting? Let's present this piece of evidence. Miss Meany, do you remember this article? Huh? It's an article about the accident. You said this in it. But I opened the right door and, got out. That's correct, isn't it? Why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger seat? The left or the right side?
Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left side.
That would be if it were an American car, but it would be the opposite in a British car.
Opposite?
The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be the left side.
Ah! What do you mean by this?
Miss Meany, you said that you had escaped using the right side of the door of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat. Ah!
Order. Order in the court. Order. Order! Mr. Wright, you blabbering nonsense again. Eni said the person who was driving the car was your older sister, Meeny Miny.
That is what Eni said, yes, but that is where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Ooh, this is going to be interesting.
Phoenix. Looks like you finally found the real root to this murder.
If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Eni or Mimi, who was really driving on that night?
Miny Miny.
The answer to is the person who had the driver's license, Mimi Miney. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive.
But you just said the witness, Eni Miny, was the one in the driver's seat.
Which leads us to the next question. The
next question.
Who is this person standing at the witness stand right now? Ag.
What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The witness's name is...
I'll tell you what her name really is. The witness's real name is... Do you see where we're getting at this?
Yep.
Who is it?
Miny Miny.
And this is why everything makes sense now. Mimi Miney, that is your real name.
Of all the foolish dribble. Then how do you explain her appearance?
This witness had several facial burns when she was admitted into the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture.
Facial reconstruction surgery.
This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister. No!
But Miny Miny, she died in the car accident.
That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case.
Then the body they found at the crash site.
Yep. That was the body of the real Eni Miny. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi Miney? That car accident 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Eni Miny. Her sister Mimi then stole her face and was reborn as Eni. With this, she effectively erased Mimi Miny from existence.
Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What's the meaning of this nonsense?
Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Miney. However, that would have not been possible, because Mimi Miney was in fact still alive. Still alive. And that person was still alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. That or Dr. Gay would have called Maya Fey a fraud and just left. Like her mother, but whatever. So this witness had to stop that from happening. At all costs.
And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, its fate was sealed. Arf, 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 arf.
Whoa. Well, Miss Amy, I mean Miss Von Karma. Why did you say my name just now?
Looks like I've been unmasked. Persona.
Witness?
That's right. I admit it. My real name is Mimi Miney. That quack doctor. He got what he deserved in the end. I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close.
But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? To become your own sister?
Bum, bum, bum. I think I understand why. Mimi Miney wanted her old self to disappear because of this.
The newspaper clipping that says she was the one that killed the people?
That's right.
It's about the malpractice incident.
Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Mimi Miney. That's right, the person standing right before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi Miney had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister.
The timing couldn't have been worse.
14 patients died in that incident, and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister. And even her own face. This was her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister.
Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination.
That jerk. If only he hadn't thought of that channeling mumbo-jumbo. Mumbo-jumbo? Becoming Eni has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling. The cult. I hate it. I hate it all.
I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here.
Such as?
It hasn't updated.
Huh? What was that?
I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as why Miss Miney chose with such a complicated plan, and why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it. Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear.
The innocence of the innocence of the defendant, Maya Fey.
This is preposterous. I am perfect. Me, Francisca von Karma.
So you were absolutely flawless. I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss Von Karma. How about you? It's going to be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. Oh, no. Oh, Phoenix, you're probably going to regret that. Ah! Ah! Oh!
Phoenix. Hang in there, Phoenix. Phoenix.
Da 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 da.
report is a fraud, a sham. Now then. Looks like it'll be some time before Mr. Phoenix Wright regains consciousness. So go ahead and pronounce the verdict.
Okay, I guess I will. Not guilty! Woo! Shouldn't Franziska be held in contempt of court for whipping him unconscious?
That is all. The court is adjourned. No further action will be taken.
Ah, phooey.
June 22nd, 3:13 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Congratulations, Maya.
Sis! I mean, this is the first time that they've had to interact since her death. It's good to see you, Maya. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Good to see you, Maya. How are you doing?
Sis! Sis! I didn't kill anyone, did I?
No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream.
You know, sis, my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent.
A familiar scent?
I'm just making sure on something. Maybe sure on that. Yeah. I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago.
That's right.
There's still one thing I don't quite get. How did I get these money bruises on my face again? I must have blacked out.
What's that?
What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot.
I think Minnie Miney had planned to open the door to the chamber herself. And then you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. It possessed Maya Fey, who had just committed a murder.
She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congrats, Maya. Thanks. Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. And peanut butter. Well, you know. But I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey, Nick, tell me why my aunt went and did something that's so horrible. Why would she help Mimi Miney with a plan like that? I just don't understand it, Nick. Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please, I need an answer. The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... Okay, so let's think. Why did Mimi try to help with the murder?
So, the reason why they did it was because he was jealous of her sister, right? She
Right.
wanted to have Pearl inherit the prominence of what's it called? The Fae name. So I think we should show her Pearl.
Alright. Pearly? 4 years from now, a new master will be born into Crime Village. And that person will be you, Maya. But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear. And what would happen then? The Branch family? My aunt? No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearls. Ah! Everything was done for her sake. It was also that Pearls would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying, I thought so. Oh, but it's not the ending yet.
Date and time unknown. Detention sentence, solitary confinement, cell 13. My precious Pearl. You are the only one suitable to be the master of Karain, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless Maine family girl, that Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come.
Yep, we don't see her again. Oh yeah, a new episode has been added. Turnabout Big Top. Yay! Okay, so we finished with it. Want to continue on with the next episode?
I'm tired today. It's a little rough.
Alright, so, yeah. and we'll need a lot of energy to get through this next case, which people have considered to be one of the worst in all of Ace Attorney. So, if you want to end the playthrough here, let's do that, but we can talk about some other stuff in the meantime, if you want to.
Sounds good.
Alright, so... see here, first of all, we'll go to intermission, since we won't get back to playing Turnabout Big Top anytime soon. Alright, so... there are a few... so... have you seen the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct and all of that?
I haven't seen the direct, but I've seen the. I read some articles about it. So if there's a Mario Kart game.
Mario Kart World. It's basically, think of it like open world Mario Kart, and it's. And how they're designing it is interesting, is because instead of it being like a quick you have to wait from one course to the other. It's an all interconnected worlds. So you drive from one place to the next, in a sense. Yeah, there's also going to be a Fall Guys related elimination thing where there will be 24 racers by the first race, but then it will have to be 4 by the last race.
Okay, so it's kind of like the Happy Guys. What's the
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys? Yeah.
Yep. And
Kind of interesting.
yeah, and the lineup of characters is also interesting. You can drive as one of the Moo Moo cows from Moo Moo Meadows, a dry fish, a Goomba. Even we're questioning how that works out. They're like pulling out the stops with playable characters in this game.
So the other thing that I thought was kind of interesting was that it's not the only racing game, right? It's going to have. There's also a Kirby's Air Rider.
Kirby Air Riders, and I'm like, yes, they finally made a sequel to Kirby Air Ride. Finally, we've wanted a Porter sequel for years, and we finally got one, or at least a sequel.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Now, hopefully, Sakurai will also listen that we want a port of Kid Icarus Uprising or a sequel to it. Make Kid Icarus special again. It's been nearly 11 years. Maybe less. More.
And then the other big news game was Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. It's probably... Who knows if it's going to be as good or maybe better than Metroid Prime Remastered. And I gotta say, Metroid Prime Remastered was actually really good. It's in my top 10 right now.
Does Metroid Prime Remastered have all three? 1, 2, and 3? Or just 1 and 2?
Only just one, but it's a really good remaster. Yeah.
One that I've been trying to get into for a little bit, but every time I try, it's a little bit tough.
I get...
Don't have... Sorry?
Oh, I was thinking I get that.
Now, this one I don't think is a Nintendo exclusive, but I also saw that there was some news about Silk Song.
Oh yeah, it's not going to be exclusive, but finally there have been news about that. And we know... Oh, and speaking about indies, I was looking back in our chats or whenever, and even apparently the full Hades thing will be there too. Hades 2. Yeah, Hades 2 will be on the Switch too.
Do you know if it's coming to the Switch or just Switch 2?
I don't know about the Switch, but definitely the Switch 2. Let me check that out.
It seems like they're pretty darn close to being relatively done with Hades 2. They've got full Chronos track, and they're doing the overworld track. They had a big release. I haven't played it, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So it is also releasing for the Switch as well.
Yeah.
I was looking up on Wikipedia, and that's... There was another... Oh yeah, and of course more Deltarune stuff. I'm like, yay, but can we finally get done with this episodic stuff? I hate it. No, I hate that Deltarune is basically The Walking Dead, where you have to wait for episodes to release. Just give me the full picture, Toby Fox. It's been like 10 years since Undertale have been released.
Sorry, Toby Fox is another game?
No, I meant Toby Fox is the creator of Undertale.
Correct. And you're saying that there's a Undertale game?
Oh, Deltarune is basically the sequel to Undertale in a sense, but instead of, have you realized that the anagram of Deltarune?
No.
It's Undertale. Just switch some letters about, and there you go.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Instead of it being a one huge game right now, it's split into episodes right now, which I don't think I would like right now, because I would just want to play the whole game and just waiting for it to come out. Yeah.. So there's here. What else was there?
Do that to make it easier on production.
I know.
You get funding through the life of the project instead of having to fund the whole project at the front.
Yeah.
But feels kind of challenging.
Oh yeah, speaking about games that will be exclusive to the Nintendo Switch, that new game everybody thinks will be like Bloodborne or whatever. I forgot what the name of.
Yeah, there was a Nintendo exclusive FromSoft game.
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing. The Duskbloods. The Duskbloods. I don't know, but there's also going to be. But there's also going to be Elden Ring on it as well. That's going to be amazing. Let's see here. Oh yeah, expansion stuff for more content for Super Mario Party Jamboree, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. I'm pretty mad for some of them, but Kirby and the Forgotten Lands content would be a yes for me. Let's see here. More ports like Street Fighter 6. Can't wait for the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake. That's gonna be sick. Oh yeah, I forgot about Project 007. That looks fine. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake series is coming to the Switch as well.
Really?
Remake intergrade so far, but yeah, that's gonna be amazing.
That's pretty significant. I know that Final Fantasy VII is no longer a PlayStation exclusive. It's on Steam.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII, the original one, anyways, is also on the Switch as well. Actually, Final Fantasy 1 through 6 have been pixel remastered, and they're currently on the Switch. 8 has been remastered, 9 has been remastered, heck, even 10 and 10.2 have been remastered for the Switch. 12, the Zodiac Age is on it, and well, currently the MMOs are not on it. Neither is the.
MMOs are a little bit tough.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's like you gotta have a system kind of built for that, right?
Yeah, 13 and its sequels are definitely out of there as well. There's that 15.
If there are any MMOs on Switch.
You know what an MMO has been on other consoles in general? My roommate has played Final Fantasy VII A Realm Reborn on the PS4, but they think that the computer is definitely a better way to go, in honesty. It's more MMOs are definitely more playable on PC than on a console. Even if, well, actually, Final Fantasy XI was also first. Not only was on PC, but it was also on the PlayStation 2. But there was a lot you had to do to play Final Fantasy XI on the PS2 at the time. It was just crazy.
Yeah, I believe it.
Well, then, never mind. Say something once again.
I was saying, like, MMOs on consoles. I mean, it can work. I think it's been done, but I've doesn't feel like it's ever really worked successfully or consistently.
True, true. Sorry, if you were wondering, I forgot my intermission thing doesn't have you as an output capture part yet, so I needed to put you in for there. So you would, so until that did that, you would have been like muted out, unsatisfyingly muted out of that conversation.
It's fine.
Let's see here. What else is there? Oh yeah, that's not the biggest news. The GameCube emulation stuff is finally going to, after a long time for it being rumored on the Switch, we now know it's possible on the Switch 2.
Yeah, the big thing was the triggers, right? Because they're manual on the GameCube, and the digital Switch triggers don't have enough feedback to emulate that consistently.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm glad they figured that out. Like,
Yeah,
there's a lot of GameCube games that
Yeah.
are really cool.
the first few lineup apparently is going to be F-Zero GX, the Wind Waker, and one of the big ones that I thought I would never see coming, Soul Calibur 2, the one with Link in it.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
I still have my versions of some of these games. I believe that also Fire Emblem Path of Radiance is also going to be on there, which is a huge win, especially since current prices for GameCube games is like really ridiculous. It's like $100 on eBay by now.
Yeah. Path of Radiance is very expensive.
Yep. Actually, most GameCube games are expensive because of inflation and whatnot. And until now, most of them weren't still given a remake unless you were like, what? The aforementioned game I mentioned and Paper Mario with the Thousand-Year Door. By the way, the Paper Mario with the Thousand-Year Door remake, really good. I highly recommend it.
Good.
Yeah, I was a little bit hesitant, but I was shocked and surprised to see it actually really good. It's jumped from like my top 10 to my top 5 right now. That's how much Paper Mario the Thousand-Year Door means to me as a game.
That's one that really needed a remake. So I'm glad that they got you a good one.
Yeah. I would have gone well with the port or whatever, but for them to actually go beyond what I thought was possible is really good.
Did they add new features?
They have a good amount of features, like, not sure. Well, one thing is probably, one weakness of the game is that it may run a little bit slower, but there's like a part of it allows you to backtrack to other worlds a lot better. There's actually a system where you can travel to, there's a hub that can let you travel to other places that you've been to previously a lot smoother. And in one chapter alone, that actually helps a lot significantly because it downplays the amount of time you had to go from one place to another for that certain chapter. Let's see here. There's a lot more content. There's a few more endgame boss characters. The music has been revamped and has their own. Not only has it been given a little bit more of a orchestral soundtrack, I would say a revamped soundtrack, but instead of the battle theme being the same old theme from the last game, each battle theme has its own variation based on the location of where you are at. And it's really amazing.
Cool.
Yeah. And even something as switching partners in the overworld is a lot easier since all you have to do is press the L button and find the partner, and they instantly swap over. It's really fun.
When did that come out?
It came out last year.
Okay. So I've been sleeping on it for a while then.
Yeah. Let's see here. Now back to the Switch 2 stuff. Everything looks great so far, but there is that one huge hurdle, unfortunately.
Yeah, nobody knows how much it costs. Right?
Actually, they do. And, well, yes and no, maybe. The thing was that it was announced after the Direct that games would be some games would be like $70 while others would be $80. And the price, I didn't mind the pricing of the Nintendo Switch itself because it runs a lot more stuff, and compared to the Xbox and PS5, it's relatively more tame in comparison with its $450 pricing. Then again, there are some accessories that you probably would need to get, so it would probably be like $500 or so.
Mm-hmm.
Still, it's probably not that bad, but there is but that might change due to something. I'm sorry to be a little bit downer, and I'll talk actually, I'm not sure if I should under these guidelines. Maybe. Hold on a moment. I mean, the game itself is... It's the fact that something that happens this last week where I know usually I'm not going to get like political or controversial on this whole matter, but the whole tariffs thing might make things make things worse for the pricing of these games, and it's just something that we'll have to deal with, whether you, or at least here in the U.S. anyways. It's whole other ballpark in other countries, but here in the U.S. it's the price for the Switch might go up in price because of the imposed tariffs. All of the prices were announced before the new tariffs were announced, so it's something that I'm set to bring this up into the stream, but it's something that we'll have to eventually deal with.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I bet a lot of pricing's fluctuating pretty aggressively. Not just with the tariffs, but with the stock market crashing over the last 3 days. I don't know. I think in the long term, none of this will really matter, but for now, we just kind of have to live with things floating.
Yeah, we don't. And pre-orders were going to happen on this Wednesday, but that was all changed, so who knows? It sounds like they're still planning on releasing this on June 5th anyway, so... Anyways, something else happened last week is that I watched Minecraft, Minecraft.
The Minecraft movie?
Well, they didn't say the Minecraft movie, but it's called a Minecraft movie.
A Minecraft movie.
Which I guess might make sense. It might not be the definitive Minecraft movie that you want, but it's a Minecraft movie, and it might not be the thing that you want, but you might enjoy it. It's not like the Super Mario Brothers movie or Sonic the Hedgehog movies, where you know it will be different anyways, but I guess it's just a different interpretation of that. And I watched it and I kind of liked it. Although that's mostly because of the performances of Jack Black and Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa's in that?
Yeah, he's in it.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking about movies, I also saw the news on that live-action Zelda movie. And this is probably the part that we should all be genuinely meh on it. And there's only one reason why I'll be meh on it.
What's that?
I can make Zelda, Ganon, the King of Hyrule, and Ingo, Terran, Marin. Any kind of character that has a speaking role will be okay for me, but there's one huge problem that we'll have to ask ourselves.
What does Link sound like?
Who will voice him and if they will be good? Because as everybody knows, Link is one of those silent characters. And
Classically silent, yeah.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, Red from the Pokemon series eventually got a voice in that whole animated show thing or whatever. Not Ash Ketchum, but Red himself, one of the most silent Pokemon characters in the series, actually had a talking voice. So, getting Link to... I hope we do not get anything like the Zelda CDI games. Those were atrocious, and we all know it. Actually, comically atrocious. Some people like that those games have become a meme nowadays.
I mean, I think a lot of people just, having fun with nostalgia.
Yeah. It's just a problem of hopefully everything goes well with the person who portrays Link, because Chris Pratt as Mario got a lot of flack when he was voicing Mario, but we all eventually grew up and lived with it, and he was alright in that role for me. But Link himself will be a lot harder to depict in his thing, because
Yeah, it's breaking the glass, right?
yeah, it's going to be breaking a glass ceiling. Well, Link isn't a silent character, but he's never talked. He has done a little bit of ha ha oh ha 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 oh. I mean, he is expressive in his voice, but talking and Link have never been coincided with each other.
Yeah.
And I think that movie comes out in 2027. Or is it 2026? I forgot. But we still have a long time to wait until that news.
Yeah. I mean, they seem to be putting a lot of money into their film series. They got Mario Kart. They got one of the Chris's to Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So that's pretty significant, right?
Right.
They'll probably find the right guy for Link. He's one of their biggest franchises.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure.
As for another franchise I would be really cautious about ever going, here's also hoping that if they ever do something with Kirby, they just make his series animated like they did for the TV show, and just keep him just expressive and just saying Poyo, because the others supporting characters can work around, like any of the supporting and main cast can work around to what he's seen or whatever, because he's supposed to be a child in nature. Everybody else can be talking, and I'd be like that. I mean, there was it worked for the Kirby Right Back At Ya series, and that was actually a really good time. And as for the Kirby Air Ride thing that we talked about, the show actually kind of promoted that game in a sense before that game even came out, because
Yeah.
there were a few episodes dedicated to the vehicles or something like that. I remember that. Heck, even Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland was something similar akin to that as well. And I didn't know for the longest time Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland was basically a remake to Kirby's Adventure for the longest time. That was really cool.
I mean, Kirby has evolved quite a bit. Like the story, you kind of think that he's a fairly simple character, but I mean, all of his games, they go to fantastic locations.
Oh yeah, definitely. And fighting Eldritch horrors and other huge gods-like creatures in the way.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, just all of the kind of the entities that they create.
Yeah, Kirby has one of the hugest lores ever. Alright, I think this will be the end of things as well. Have anything else to mention, FuzzyCow?
Not at this time.
Alright, I guess I will see you later and hope we can pick this up sometime soon. I also will mention that even though we'll probably not finish this game until like sometime later this year, because like I said, I do want to finish the Diablo expansion stuff, and I think putting that whole stuff sometime in the summer would actually be a lot better for us. So
Sounds good.
if we have to take a break from Ace Attorney like sometime in June or whenever, then we'll probably pick up Phoenix Wright Justice for All. But for the rest of this month, I'm planning on taking care of 2 games in the other Ace Attorney collections: Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, and eventually Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth, so I can finally get to the sequel game that I have yet to play in this series. The only one left I have actually to officially play. Because let's see here. Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Miles Edgeworth, A Prosecutor's Path, or whatever it was, actually got officially released last year, so yeah. I've been streaming the first game, but I have yet to get to the second. I'm sorry.
You're alright. You've been playing a lot, so.
Yep. I also finished Black Myth Wukong from the PS5, and that was definitely an experience. If you know about the Journey to the West mythology, it's basically something akin to that. It's basically the story is basically somewhat an inspiration to Dragon Ball.
Yeah, wasn't Journey to the West like Dragon Ball?
It's the inspiration for that series.
Okay.
Anyways, I've gone rambling enough. I will see you later then.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Alright. Okay, so... Hold on before I do anything else. Oh yeah, this has been Try Oasis. I've been your host, and these two have been my two co-hosts, Kirby and Sterlex. Say goodbye, Kirby and Sterlex. Bye now. And as always, you can follow me on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, Discord, or, well, Blue Sky. Actually, I might stream something else since I have a lot of time. Well, first of all, I'm just going to... Let's see here. What will I do? What is my angle? You know what? I guess I could work on Apollo Justice. Alright, let's do that. Maybe I'll finish that game. Alright. Alright. Well, I guess I will take care of that. So. Alright, I have to get that game into my system. Hold on a moment. Alright, hold on one. This is turning this game is gonna blow your mind, and I have yet to use the restroom, and I have to do so now. Where did the controller go? When it was over somewhere here. Gosh darn, now I have coral crown in my head. Where did my controller go? It was somewhere I was holding it. There you are. Now, I will go. Let's see here. Now, I'm just gonna let this play out in the background. Excuse me. Now, then we'll be back with Apollo Justice and in a little while. In the meantime, alright. In the meantime, I guess you can listen to this music. I'll be back.